Cats. Love them, hate them, they surely do exist. There are many of us who have owned a cat at some point in our lives. There's really cats that own us, am I right? And like these fine felines themselves, cats have graced their presence in video games, coming in all shapes and sizes. They can be your pets, your friends, your enemies, even your currency. Just like the fur from a molting Maltese, they're everywhere. But ever since we saw footage of the upcoming third-person cat adventure game Stray, we can't help but get excited to get our mitts on it. An open-world cyberpunk parkour-style game where you get to play as a cat. Sold, like literally everyone. Everybody wants to be a cat. And we don't have to wait too long either, as it's expected to pour at our door early next year on Windows, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 systems. Here's hoping it will kickstart a new genre of Stray-type games. So, while you wait for Stray, we've got a litter of pawsome cat games for you to play before it's released into the wild. Forget about Garfield. No time for Neon Cat. What, Bubsy? Bubs, please. And strictly no anime cat girls or boys allowed. They're not cats. They're monsters. Ugh. If I want to play as a cat, I feel like I must become a cat. Okay, so we're starting off with a Kickstarter classic, Collateral Damage. A first-person soft simulation title that puts you in the fluffy boots of an indoor cat, as they bat, bash and bop every precariously procured object within the house. Whether it's a race against the clock to trash the room, or you just want to savour every cathartic crash and curtain tear, Collateral Damage is a perfect virtual rec room, and it's probably the ultimate cat sadist experience you can find. And for those who want to sink their claws into a more immersive Demon Kitty experience, no longer will you need to strap a camera to your cat and watch through a cardboard virtual reality kit. If you've got yourself a PSVR, Valve Index or HTC Vive headset, you'll be able to play as a little feline fiend in true VR. Plus, there's now a re-meowsted version of the original game available, with many improvements and quality of life additions made to the base game. The original title can still be found on Windows, Mac, Linux, PlayStation 4 and Ouya, and you can get the latest edition on Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Even if you only own an Ouya, you have no excuse not to pick up this game. Let's take a trip back to what possibly could be the first cat video game. Alley Cat saw you, a scrappy black stray called Freddy, attempting to court his darling Felicia, but there's so much to overcome before you can reach her. Starting from the alley, you have to jump and climb over bins, fences and washing lines, parkouring your way into open apartments. If you happen to make it alive past the aggressive shoe-flinging tenants, the obstructive trash cats, and the absolute unit that is a vexed, roided out bulldog, you'll be flung into one of 5 challenge rooms. Breaking a birdcage open and eating said bird, swimming in a TARDIS fishbowl and eating the fish, tiptoeing around a den of sleeping dogs and eating their food, rock climbing a concerningly colossal amount of cheese to eat the mice inside. There's a lot of eating in this. And lastly, some casual plant theft that really aggroes this one particular spider. After a few of those, then you can ascend the ladder of love, slinking around other tomcats to finally reach your cat bay. This is what people did before Tinder. Though this game was only released on the Atari 8-bit series and IBM PC computers, you can still play this game right now via the Internet Archive in your browser. This game has a special place in my heart because it was one of, if not the first, video game I ever played. I'm also headcanoning that Stray is a sequel to Alley Cat. The streets are all neon, you can parkour, there are robots. Look, there's a proto-Roomba up there. From kittens of the past to felines of the future, Gator Roboto is a tale of Kiki the cat and her adventures to save her owner. What a good kitty, oh yes she is! After Kiki's owner Lieutenant Gary gets a distress signal from the commander, an unexplained mishap happens, which causes the ship to crash land on a foreign planet. Totally not the cat's fault though. Unfortunately, Gary is stuck on the ship, so sends the cat out on a rescue mission. As Kiki, you get to explore the alien world in glorious one bit, climbing, swimming, fitting through small areas and eventually securing a full-on bipedal mech suit. Just in case the cats turn against us, do not tell them about our mech suits. What? No, that was just a sneeze. Gator Roboto oozes Metroidvania madness, with heavy emphasis on the Metroid. And the game gives ample opportunities to mix up the gameplay, inherently through puzzle solving that relies on whether you're wearing the mech suit or just strolling around as a cat. This title is a wonderful blend of what makes action-adventure games like Metroid so iconic in its gameplay design, with a cutesy premise that feels quite natural and, well, fun. Just don't let the cat out of the bag about the mech suits. Being a cat isn't all about destruction and chaos. Sometimes. Most of the time, being a cat is kinda chill. And one chill cat adventure game distills the magic and majesty of being a cat in the wild. An absolute gem of a game found on itch.io called... I don't know how to pronounce this. Meow. Link to the game will be in the description. It starts off with a napping kitty nestled underneath a tree on a small island. This cat is living the life. There isn't a grand narrative or catastrophe that sets you off on your adventure, but in true feline fashion, you just mosey around, climbing trees, surveying the lands, and nap anywhere you want. Eventually, you will uncover hidden areas around the archipelago, and come across an ancient mystical underworld. Maybe you'll find a friend along the way. Who knows? I just think how simplistically intuitive some of the visual design elements were implemented in this game, from the ever-increasing vignette of the water obstructing your view while you're swimming, to the treetop view with the directional markers at the edges of the screen. It's just such a peaceful and freeing environment to explore, climb, and wander around. And for it to be so readily available with the option of playing for free or paying what you will for the experience, Meow is a fantastic little treat to get your little paws wet before you stroll on into Stray. So those were 4 great games where you get to play as a cat, just in time before Stray saunters its way into our homes come early 2022. Like, comment and subscribe, ring the bell, pet your cats, don't tell them about the mechas, and a goodbye.